So I was gonna stay out tonight, but I'm feeling a little sick. Just a little bit. Like it's just like my throat and my nose are stuffy. Like other than that, I feel fine. But yeah, man. So I figured let me just not stay out and just go home. So here I am at home. Forgive me if I gotta blow my nose, but we're here, dude. Honestly, just wanted to chat, man. Just wanted to chat. See what you guys are up to. See if anyone pops in the stream. But yeah, man. I uh I had school for like 2 days straight. No, three my bad. 3 days straight of school. But the class days were 8 hours each. And what's up, whoever's in here? Thank you for the like. Appreciate you, dude. I don't know who you are, but yeah, man. So I had school the last 3 days. Um, like I said, it was first 2 days were 8 hours each day. And the second day I had to take a 3 hour class at night too. And then it was like 5 hours of testing. No, my bad. Yeah, almost 5 hours of testing today. But I fucking passed, dude. What's up, Ame? What's up, dude? I'm kind of feeling sick, man, so sorry about my voice. Yeah, like I said, I had like two 8 hour days of school and then a 3 hour class last night, and then I did the 5 hours of testing today. Some of it was just waiting, so it wasn't 5 hours straight. But dude, I fucking passed, bro. I fucking passed. I'm not done with the school yet, but I passed one of the hardest parts. But I slept like 5 hours the first night, like 5 hours the second night. No, wait. Yeah. Yeah. And then last night I slept like 2.5 hours, dude. Just because it was like so much cramming. I'm in EMT school, bro. I'm in EMT school. Did you watch the game tonight? Or the UFC fight? Sounds hectic. Dude, it was my own fault, bro. One thing I learned, and I talked about this in the last stream, was like um do shit like as soon as it gets on your task list, get it done. Because if I had gotten shit done earlier, I would have been so prepared. Oh, you watched both? Yeah, I heard the fight was shitty. Dude, the place I went to was supposed to turn on the fight after the game, but they just like didn't do it. It was really annoying actually. But I heard it was a shitty fight anyways cuz he got injured. But dude, I learned the power of Parkinson's law. I don't know if you ever heard of Parkinson's law. It's like humans when they have a task and they have a time allotted amount of time that they need to do that task, they will find a way to fill that time. Actually, I think it's the other way around. I think if they have an allotted amount of time to do something, they will find a way to get something done within that time. Like if I tell you, hey, you have an assignment due in a month, a lot of people are gonna like wait the entire month to get it done. But if I told you, yo, it's due in 2 hours, you're gonna find a way to get it done in 2 hours. A lot of people, you know. So it's like the power of Parkinson's law. It's like, dude, I didn't know I could learn that much. I don't know if I've ever like done that much like intensive mental work. over like such a short period of time. Like each 8 hour day, I was literally taking notes the entire day. I mean, the time flew by because I was learning, but like I was literally nonstop taking notes besides lunch. And then at lunch, I had to call the school. I had to do shit at lunch too. So it was like, dude. Plus, I'm starting a new job, so I had to like do a bunch of emailing to my new job, and like, dude, it was like, but it just goes to show that like when you have the willpower with Parkinson's law, it's like it's such an amazing effect. It's such an amazing effect. I want everyone in here to go look up Parkinson's law. Shout out to anyone's that's in here. Let me know where you're at right now in the live chat. Okay, work expands so as to fill time available for its completion. This is Parkinson's law. Yes, exactly. So it's like, dude, I knew I had this deadline coming up, right? So I pushed the work to the last minute. I knew I shouldn't have done that. Sorry, give me 1 second. Sorry about that. So I knew I had this deadline coming, right? But I still got it done within the like it got to the point where I was like, okay, it is now last minute. Like I have no option but to do this. And I got it done, dude. But it just goes to show, like, if I got the task originally or the assignment to learn this stuff, I could have just decided in my mind, I have 2 days to get this done. And I could have learned it in those first 2 days and been so much more prepared for the next month, right? So it's like if you have tasks that you need to get done, give yourself like if they're not something that needs quality or like needs patience to do it correctly, if there's something that you can just get it done, which is most tasks, give yourself like an almost unrealistic time slot to get it done and just see how fast you work. See how like your work changes, you know? Like sometimes like if I need to clean up my place and I know like okay, it might take like an hour to do the cleaning, like mopping, sweeping, vacuuming, whatever. I'll just tell myself like let's see if I can get it done in 15 minutes. And the way I work completely changes. It's like I'm thinking 2 steps ahead. I'm like moving. By the time I'm done, it's only been like 25 minutes and like damn, I saved 35 minutes from what I thought I would have done, you know? And that leads me to another big piece of advice that I learned when I was a window cleaner. Do a backflip. What up, Tack Raiders? Dude, I can't. I can't. Sorry, bro. You can just imagine me doing a backflip. But dude, when I was a window cleaner, I learned to always think 2 steps ahead. When you're doing a task that requires not much thought, try to always think 2 steps ahead. For example, when I was cleaning the window, right? So what happens when you clean a window is you got your squeegee and then you got your mop, right? So I take out the mop the window. It's basically like soap and water. And what I used to do before my manager, kind of whatever he was, told me to think 2 steps ahead, I used to like pull out the mop, look at it, put the mop away, right? Look at it again, then pull out the squeegee, and then squeegee it, and then look at it again, and then I would take the towel and dry everything off. But he was like, "Dude, you're thinking in between each step, right?" So now it's like as I'm mopping, right? I already know what I'm doing. I'm thinking the entire time I'm mopping about pulling out that squeegee. So as soon as I land my mop here, boom, I'm pulling out the squeegee. And the whole time I'm squeegeeing, I'm getting my towel ready. So as soon as I finish, boom, I'm wiping. And that saved me like a minute per window, right? But keep in mind, these houses had like 40 windows each, and we do like 3 a day. So I'm like, if I'm saving 40 minutes per house, right? What is that? Hour 20 plus 40. That's 2 hours saved every day. Like that, and when we finished was when we finished. So it was like, dude, we get home 2 hours earlier every day if you just like think two steps ahead. That's basically what he told me, and it completely changed my view on like speed, you know. And I learned that when I was a wrestler too. Like it used to be like as a wrestler, like you take like a double leg. I'm not sure if you know what that is, but like you take a shot and you grab both their legs, right, and try to take them down. There's steps that they teach you. They're like, okay, level change, drop your level and get low. Take the shot onto your knee, grab the legs, then lift and push with your head and then take them down. And what I would do in my head was like, I would pause for like a brief millisecond in between each step. And my coach was like, dude, you got to let it flow as one move, you know? So I started to learn things together like that. But it just reminds me of that think two steps ahead thing. And for speed in work. But yeah, man. Yeah, Parkinson's law. It's once I learned about that, I was like, dude, this is just life changing. Because you can get so much work done, it feels like a cheat code almost. You know what I'm saying? If you really put it into effect, something I should have done more recently, you know? Something I definitely should have done more recently is put that into effect. And it's like something I'm focused on now. It's like as soon as a task lands on my task list, I'm getting it done as soon as possible. Like speed to decision, speed to getting things done is so crucial, dude. So crucial. Wasting time is like it's horrible, dude. It's horrible. I could have been out of this course by now. The opportunity cost of that wasted time is too great. Like it's not worth it. It's really not worth it. And that's another thing. I try to always remember to think in terms of opportunity cost, right? Like not just on the surface level, what is the cost of something, but like on the back end, what is this also costing me by doing this thing, right? I actually used to say that to my ex-girlfriend. I said it kind of in a joking way, but it was true. Like she would want to go. I mean, we still went to restaurants and stuff, but she would want to just frivolously sometimes go spend 20 bucks here, get some ice cream, go spend 20 bucks there, you know. And I was trying to tell her like, sorry, give me 1 second. I was trying to tell her about opportunity cost, right? I was like, let's just say you make I don't know what the math is, right? Someone can do the math on like a compounding calculator, but let's just say, right, you put $100 in the S&P. What is that worth when you're like 65, right? I don't know. Maybe if you're getting 10% a year on average, what is that, dude? I don't know. Let's just say it's 200 bucks, right? So I was like, so basically, every $100 that I'm spending now is really $200 of my future money, right? So I was like, this $20 that we're spending is really like $40. Like when I could put it in something that actually like brings me more money in return, and that's just a 2x, you know. There's other things that bring way bigger returns, you know. So it's like, and then the time, right? It wasn't even just okay. This $20 is actually $40 of my future money. It's also the time. Because, for example, if you're making $10 an hour, no one really makes $10 an hour anymore. But I'm just giving you an example. Or sorry, let's just call it $20 an hour. If you make $20 an hour, that took an hour of your time, right? So not only did you lose the 20 on the surface level, you lost another future 20, and then you also lost an hour of time because now you got to go make that up. And that's what a lot of people don't think about, like when they're spending money, um, when they're like deciding deciding to do things, and that's just money wise, right? Even besides the money, the time is like even more important because time is so valuable, you know? So it's like the opportunity cost of using your time on something. You have to remember, like, me choosing this is me also choosing not to do other things, you know? For example, me choosing, um, I don't know, what's a good example? Me choosing to go on a long run tomorrow morning, which I'm gonna do. Me choosing to go on a long run for like 2 hours is 2 hours I could have spent in other places. I could have spent doing anything else, sleeping, um, what have you. So I have to make sure that that decision is really worth it because of the opportunity cost. Persian party. What up, Paul Kim? What do you mean, Persian party? I'm confused. What up, bro? Let me know where you guys are tuning in from, bro. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes. But yeah, man. So it's like opportunity cost is like everywhere when you start to see it. What am I spending my money on? Is it really worth it? Ask yourself, is it worth like twice the price of what I'm spending? Because that's really what it is in your future money, right? But not in actuality in today's world, but you guys get what I mean. Another thing I learned is to be careful with sales. My mom taught me this one. It was very funny. We were in a store and I forgot what it was. There was something on the shelf and I was like, that thing's 70% off. Like, that's a great deal. And I told her, I was like, why don't you get it? It's 70% off. And she looked at me and she was like, it's 100% off if I don't get it. And I was like, yep, that's true. And it just made sense. And I was like, she doesn't need that fucking thing. That's how the sales work on your mind, right? Sorry, just give me 1 second. So that's how sales work on your mind, right? It's designed to get you to want to do it. Same thing with buy one, get ones. Those are designed to get you to buy, right? But the thing about a sale that you need to ask yourself is, would I pay full price for this item? That's the key question to ask yourself when you're buying anything on sale. Would I pay full price for this item? If not, then you don't need it. Because if you needed something, you're willing to pay full price for it. You don't even think about paying full price for it because you just do. That's the number one key with sales. Ask yourself, would I pay full price for this item? If yes, then you just got yourself a deal. If no, then don't let it trick your brain into buying it. Because a lot of times people do. Right? But anyways, let me know where you guys are at right now. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I don't know, I just wanted to fucking interact with some people, spit some game, I guess. I don't know. Let me know where you guys are at. Where you're tuning in from, man. Thank you for the likes. But yeah, dude, I learned that I learned a lot of this stuff recently. But the biggest key things that like I try to always remember, like the things I learned through experience. One thing we talked about in the last stream was resetting to zero. That is like huge, dude. Any of your workspaces, any of your living spaces, put everything away and get it ready for the next use after the time you use it, right? That's resetting to zero. Always thinking two steps ahead on any monotonous task where you don't have to think too much. That's something we just talked about. Number three, always, always consider opportunity costs in every decision you're making. Okay? What else? That's it, man. I mean, I obviously there's more things that like I try to remember, but like these are the pieces of advice that like just ring true and like I constantly relearn them and I go over them over and over and over because I constantly reach deeper levels of like understanding of them and like where they make sense. It's amazing, dude. It's amazing. And then also Parkinson's law. We talked about Parkinson's law. AMA wrote it in the chat. Work expands so as to fill time available for its completion. Okay? Give yourself in your head an almost unrealistic deadline. And really, like, you know, try to stick to it, you know? Even though you know it's unrealistic and it's not the actual deadline, try to stick to it. See how much you can get done when you do that. It's amazing, dude. It's amazing. But yeah, man. Yeah, just Saturday night I was gonna like do something, but as you guys can hear, I'm like kind of feeling sick, but thank you guys for like checking out the stream. Let me know where you're tuning in from, man. But yeah, dude. Summer, man. Love the summer. I do have to say, I think the summer is my favorite season. I don't know what it is. I mean, even in the hotter climates, something about summer, it's just like the vibes, everyone's vibes are up, you know? For the most part, not everyone, but then there's something about the winter too. The fall, I feel like is just everyone's like lock-in time. 'Cause like summer's over, the new year is approaching, and people get a little frantic from that. But I mean, none of that really matters when you're like staying on top of your tasks and like the ball keeps rolling, right? You're sticking to your training plan, you're sticking to your tasks. Doesn't matter if it's September or January. You know what I'm saying? Shit's got to get done. So, yeah, man. Yeah, I wish I could speak a little better. I'm feeling a little sick, but it's really just my throat and my nose. Like, other than that, which the nose is annoying, dude. The nose is really annoying. I really don't know what. I need to look it up. Why mucus is like produced and why it happens at such a rapid rate. And also how to like maybe prevent it in a natural way. I do know what I can show you guys. I'm going to show you guys a little method I learned actually on YouTube from the guy called The Natural Method. I think it's called the Natural Method. I don't know. Just give me 1 second. So here's the trick, right? Here's how to release pressure in your sinuses. Okay? Start at the base of the ear. One finger here, or two fingers. Two fingers here. circular motion, massage. Okay? Circular motion. Do that like for 10 seconds. Now, take one finger and you will be able to feel right next to your eye a little split between your brow bone and whatever bone this is. I think it's all part of the skull, but there's a little split that's kind of like the tectonic plates, right? Right there and right there. Put pressure on that split. Wow, this one, like if you have a stuffy nose, you will definitely feel the pressure change. You'll feel a little split right here between your brow and whatever bone this is. Put pressure there. That'll relieve pressure in the nose. Okay? Do that for like 10 seconds. Now, in the center of your eyebrow, you will feel another split. You're going to feel another split in the center of your eyebrow. That's another tectonic plate in your skull, right? Because your skull is not just like a perfect uniform bowl. So you'll feel a split in between your eyebrow, like a little dent. Put pressure there in a circular motion for 10 seconds. What up, Joanne? What up? Colombia, vamos. Unfortunately, they're out of the World Cup, but okay, next. Right here, this one is like huge. Right here on the nose, I guess like under the eyelids. You guys see where I have it. Circular motion, 10 seconds. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you. I don't know why I'm doing this, but okay. It's to clear sinus pressure. I have a stuffy nose, so it's perfect. You'll feel like a little dent or a little split right here. Circular motion. Okay, it's already clearing. I'm sorry. Let me hang on one second. Okay. Sorry. Okay, next. Right at the base of the nose, the nostrils, here and here. This one's gonna look funny. 10 seconds. Okay. We got two more. Close the nose. Okay, and then you're gonna go up and down 5 or 10 times, okay? Okay, I'll stop there. Okay, now the last one. This one's huge. I have a fully clear sinus, but I'm bored, so well use this method if your nose ever gets stuffy. This is the last one. You're gonna take your two thumbs right here, under your cheekbones, okay? And then I don't know what this bone is called. It's like basically where the mustache is. I don't know if you have most people don't have a mustache, but whatever bone this is, you're gonna push up with your thumbs under your cheekbones while pushing this bone down, okay? Trying to like, obviously you're not gonna be able to do that much, but push them away from each other. 10 seconds. Okay. Now let me hang on. Just give me 1 second. Wow. Okay, I'm not fully clear, but like it cleared a lot. It definitely cleared a lot. So that's the natural method to releasing pressure in your sinuses. And you can do that a few times throughout the day, however much you need it, you know? Uh, I'm glad you were here with me, Jade. I'm glad someone watched and learned something. The temple one. This one? Yeah, that one, like, You feel that little dent? I think that's the one you're talking about. Or was it this one? Yeah, this one. You feel the little dent. It's literally like imagine like tectonic plates on the earth, but it's like your skull. You put a little pressure there, it just kind of like shifts a little bit. And it just like all the pressure in your sinuses just gets like, dude, that's a good one. This is not medical advice. Whoever needs to hear that. Dude, this one too. This one is like actually relieves pressure. Wow. Do you feel the dent like in here as well? Or is that just me? Because this one is like, dude. What you can also do if you want to clear, open up the nostrils as much as possible to clear any mucus, take the cheeks and pull them out as you blow. You felt the small dent? Yeah. Wow. I wish you had a stuffy nose so you could feel this. Well, I don't. I don't wish you were sick or anything, but you know what I mean. Anyways, man, dude, I'm glad someone was here to go through that with me because I probably looked like an idiot. Imagine people just swiping through this stream and they're probably like, what is happening? They probably just went to bed. You know how sometimes you see stuff on YouTube and you're like, dude, it's time to go to bed. I don't even know what I'm watching. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I think that about myself too. But yeah, man. Shout out to you, Jade. Yeah, it's midnight. I'm like, I might as well follow this for a bit. And oh wow. Did you pop in the stream as I was doing that? Because that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool, dude. The internet is weird. I am so sorry I went. My delivery came. What'd you get, Ame? What'd you get delivered? DoorDash? Oh, you just came in as I was doing that. Yeah, dude. Did you see this one? Right at the bottom of the earlobes? Almost like pushing the jaw a little bit forward. This one, I don't know. This one in a circular motion. I did this because I was told to. I don't know how this. It's a little bit further away from the nostrils, so I don't know. Um, but yeah, dude, the temple one was just. You were right. That one was money, dude. I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay. But yeah, man, the natural method. Let me tell you. Let me show you another thing. Do you ever have ringing in your ears? Sorry, you have a cold right now. That sucks. Yeah, dude. I was talking to Ame earlier. I was at school and we like work on dummies, and this place was just nasty, dude. I don't think they ever cleaned those dummies. This place was nasty. Um, dude, and I didn't get like much sleep, and I was really stressed, and I was just like, and there was people like from all over the country at these classes. It was weird. I don't know. I think I got sick there, maybe. I don't know. But I also went on a long, hard run in like 95-degree weather the other day. But it felt like 100 because there was like no wind. Dude, that might have been what did it. I don't know. Let me know if you ever have ringing in your ears. Ame, what kind of soccer cleats, bro? I'm interested. I got some soccer cleats here if you want to see them. I'm training for a marathon. I could show you guys my marathon shoes. They're still waiting. They're brand new. If you guys are, we talking shoes? Actually, I don't have that many shoes. I just have some running shoes. But bro, let me tell you what. Not often, but sometimes ringing. Yeah, show us the shoes. Wait, let me show you the ringing thing first. So you're gonna go on the back of your head like this, okay? And then this finger, your index finger, is gonna hit the back of your head, right in the center, okay? It's gonna go like this. Let me show you. But on the back of your head. You hear that snap? Do you hear that? Let me know if you hear that. Not medical advice. This is not medical advice. Let me know if you hear that. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. So right in the center of the back of your head, you're gonna feel like where the skull bone like kind of goes in. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you did it. As soon as I saw your comment sneeze, it was a wrap. Okay. Wow. Anyways. Oh shit. I'm sorry. Wow. Okay. Yeah, there we go. That is it's just coming out at this point. I'm like leaking like a faucet. But right under like you'll feel like the top bowl bone right under that. Or like right at that crease, right under the crease, that's where you're gonna do the snapping. It's gonna sound like ding, 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 almost, in your ears. Do that like 10 times. If you ever go to like a concert and your ears are ringing after, let me know how that works. But I do recommend earplugs. I always recommend earplugs. I always wear earplugs. Okay, I gotta show you the shoes. I didn't forget. Sorry. Dude, I always wear earplugs. Yeah, yeah, give it a try, Jade. Give it a try. Nike Tiempo Maestro. Because you're a center back. Okay. Those are sick. I like the Nikes. I got the Tiempos over here. Let me see. Let me see. I got the Turf Tiempos, and then I got the. I forgot what it was called, dude. I forgot the name of it. I'll show them to you. You'll probably know. But yeah, definitely wear earplugs, dude. I'm always the guy wearing like earplugs at like the club or like the most random places, and I just look like funny. But it's like, bro, you guys are just not. You know what I'm saying? I heard. I heard a lot of. Well, God forbid. I heard dementia. There's a much higher likelihood of dementia from hearing loss because your brain starts to like compensate for all that missed hearing. You know what I'm saying? But all right, let me show you guys the fucking marathon shoes, bro. Oh, dude, they're fucking sick. Hang on. I'm gonna show you these. I'm gonna bust out the cleats, bro. No human is limited. I'll have to try that next time. What time is it there? It is 2:12 a.m. I'm in Florida right now. I'm in Florida. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Okay, so check it out. You have got to get a team that believes in you, bro. I've been sitting on these for almost a year. These shoes, training for this marathon, because I just want to use them on race day. I know it's not smart. Everyone says not to do it, but I think I'm gonna do it. But all right, here we go. OMG, why are you up so late? Oh yeah, it's Saturday. Well, Sunday morning now. LOL. I too wear it all the time. What do you mean? Like the earplugs? Yeah, dude, it is late. But it was like, bro, I was kind of feeling like, not in a bad way, okay? Not in like a, damn, this is negative type of way, but like in like a just regular human kind of way. It was like, dude, I'm kind of feeling like lonely. Like I said, not in a bad way. It really like sounds like a negative word. I don't feel depressed or anything. So, but anyways, yeah, I was like, dude, I just like want to chat with someone because I can't go out. And I was like, let me chat with the YouTube. But dude, check those out. Look at the foam on that shit, bro. You guys like the colors? Yeah, dude. Check the AirPods. Yeah, dude. I'm pumped. No human is limited. But yeah, you understand. It's like, dude, let me put it this way. It's like I feel totally content being alone. I don't feel like I'm lacking in friends. Thank God. Thank God I have some good friends. I don't feel like um, you know, discontent with my life. But that being said, it'd be like really cool if there was someone here right now. You know? But anyways, yeah, bro. So those are the marathon shoes. You know what I'm saying? A little update for you guys. No one else has seen those. Got the marathon in November, so just training, getting ready. Gonna give SAT next year. Hope to meet you if everything goes. What? I'm confused what you said, Ame. Gonna give SAT next year. Hope to meet you if everything goes. Yeah, definitely one of those nights. Cool shoes though. How long is the marathon? 26.2 miles. And thank you for saying my shoes are cool. I appreciate it. But yeah, dude, it's just like, dude, I started to learn a lot. I'm gonna show you the cleats, man. I started to learn a lot, like, and question my reality, right? Cause check it out. Okay, I don't know how old you guys are, right? This is gonna get kind of deep, and like I said, I'm not depressed. I'm super content with my life. But when you're in love with someone, right? Hear me out. I know this is getting weird. When you're in love with someone, okay, what's like all you want to do? Just be around them, right? And then like it makes me question, right? Because I have this desire to like travel, go see the world, meet people, and it's not just for that, okay? But I'm like, dude, when I really like having someone around, I don't want to be anywhere other than where they're at, right? Now that could be a flaw. I don't know. That could be a flaw. I'm learning all this stuff about myself in real time. Maybe I should still want to go do. I mean, I do still want to do things, even though you know. But you get the point. So it's like, dude, do I have these like desires for that reason? Just because I feel more regulated when I have other people around. And the thing is, like, I have friends, right? But there's a difference between like friends and like people that you cohabitate with, right? I don't know if you guys live with anyone, but it just feels different living alone versus like having presence around. Does that make sense? Like some type of life just around. Like I work way better when I just have other people around. I don't feel like I want to just constantly go outside. Like for me, when I look out the window and I see the sunlight, it like, dude, I get antsy. If I'm doing work inside, I'm like, okay, I gotta get out. I gotta go find some type of adventure, explore or something, you know what I'm saying? But when I have other people around, people that I just enjoy having their presence, I don't necessarily feel that as much. And I can get way more work done because I'm like, oh, I can just focus. Like, I don't need to think about what are my friends doing, what are my loved ones doing. Like, I want to be around them. I don't think about that, you know? It's like, oh, they're right here. Keep working, you know? It's just something that I thought about. I don't know if it's a flaw. I'm still processing it. Maybe some people feel more regulated having presence around. Other people feel more regulated being alone. I'm not sure. Oh, wait, let me see what you said. SAT is the exam for entrance to get into MIT, so I might make it, then would meet you in the US. Dude, that would be awesome. The MIT, dude. That is awesome. That is awesome, dude. I knew you were a smart guy, Emma. I knew you were a smart guy. I didn't know you were that smart. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Well, that's awesome, dude. Just be with them, yeah. Think they're talking about the SAT. Maybe you need a roommate, but then again, living alone must bring a lot of peace at times. Yeah, dude. Exactly. Like I said, I'm not discontent with my life, you know? Like I can just sit here on stream. I live alone, you know what I'm saying? If I have a roommate, I gotta be quiet. I love just being able to do what I want. Thank you, God. You know what I'm saying? Not even in like a I'm religious kind of way. It's just like not trying to go religious route. I'm really not even like super religious, but you know what I mean? It's just like, dude. But at the same time, and the problem with the roommate, here's the problem with the roommate. The roommate, if it's just a roommate, you need two separate living spaces, right? When you have like a what's the word? For me, it would be like a girlfriend, right? What's the word for that? Boyfriend or girlfriend? I don't know. When you have someone like that, you don't need two separate living spaces, right? You can share the same bed, same bathroom, everything. So, yeah, man. Maybe get a pet then, dude. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that. Maybe like a cat. Dude, the other day, I ran this little baby kitten, like literally a week old, like this big, ran across the road and I tried to catch it and it kept running away from me and then it ran into the shock system of someone's car. I went to go get the person because I didn't want them to think I was fucking with their car. I come back, could not find the cat. I was like, dude, I kept my eyes on that car. I was like, dude, I swear he's up in there. But we moved the car, we hit it, we looked under it, could not find the cat, and he drove away. I thought it was like, you chose me, you fucking cat, but I guess not, man. A nice lady you can hang out with at 2 a.m. when you can, dude, exactly, exactly. It's really, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, dude. It's just like that would be pretty cool to have around. Not like, yeah, dude. I don't have to keep describing it, but it's not like a desperate kind of way. Like I don't, I'm chilling right now. Maybe I need like a assistant. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, dude. Yeah, so it had me questioning like my reality the past week or so. I'm like, dude, why do I want all these things? But then I realized like I do want to see the world for other reasons. I want to make this YouTube channel for other reasons. There's so many other dreams that I have. You don't have to be desperate to just want company. It's pretty normal. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Couldn't say it any better. Couldn't say any better. It's pretty normal. But yeah, man. Let me show you these cleats, Emma. I appreciate you guys popping in the stream, dude. For real, like you guys are like the shit. You guys are the shit, dude. So I got the Tiempos in the turf, right? Got the Tiempos in the turf. These are the elites, I think. So they're not the nice ones, but they're pretty good. And then I got the fucking. Where's my other shit? Oh, the Phantom GXs. Yeah, these are like. Fucking love these, dude. The Phantom GX in the black and orange colorway. These are like a couple years old, but love these dudes. Super fire. Obviously, I used them a little bit. You must play soccer. I don't anymore, or I haven't recently. Maybe I'll pick it up again. But yeah, I played at like a. Oh my god, my fucking nose is dripping. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh my god, that's disgusting. I'm sorry. Yeah, I played at a semi-pro level. Now I'll be honest. We're in the U.S. So semi-pro here is not semi-pro in Europe. Okay. Um, much different levels. But it was semi-pro. Um, it was fun, dude. It was fun. A lot of politics involved in team sports. Something that I don't enjoy actually about team sports is the amount of politics that are involved. For example, maybe you know, are trying out for a team and the coach just doesn't like you. You're not getting picked. Simply because he just doesn't like you. Has nothing to do with skill level. Whereas now I run. The clock doesn't lie. If I beat you to the finish line, I got there first. Doesn't matter if I'm an asshole, you're an asshole, we're both assholes, or we're both great people. Best man wins, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I always loved wrestling. When I was a wrestler, it was mano y mano, right? Like, psh, best man wins, you know what I'm saying? No faking it. With team sports, so much bullshit, dude. I've seen some top players, like top players, get contracts with teams just because of the agent that they have. For example, if Messi has an agent, right? If his agent was my agent, I could get in the MLS just because his agent has those connections. They're like, "Oh, you're Messi's agent? Okay, well if you got him, we want him." We don't even have to see him. We want him. And that's the politics in fucking team sports, dude. Bro, I love them so much. I wanted to have the Phantoms, but I couldn't get it. Oh, damn. I didn't know you couldn't get them in India. You might be able to get them resale, but yeah, dude, I love those cleats, dude. The grip on them, like it's the weirdest. It's like the Flyknit material, but like grippy. It's really weird. But like, yeah, I love those cleats. How old are you? I'm 29. 29 years old. Same happens in India also. Oh yeah, the politics, dude. And that's the thing with these teams. It's even harder to get out, like from some countries, you know. Of course, if you have the skill, it'll shine through. So don't stop working on your skills. Don't take what I'm saying as like, oh, let me give up. The skill will shine through if you have the skill. Okay. But for me, what I did best was I played a different game, right? Let me explain this to you guys. Oh, wrestling, that's awesome. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, I loved wrestling. It's wild how much just knowing the right people can change things. Exactly. But I used it to my advantage. Nice, I just turned 30 on the first. Oh, damn, happy birthday, dude. Happy belated birthday. How does it feel? How does it feel to be 30? I'll be 30 in January. Does it feel different? I feel like 30 is like, dude, I'm a fucking adult. At least that's how it feels looking at it from 5 months out. But dude, I played it to my advantage, right? The thing is, a lot of these players, they're kind of like assholes, as like, for lack of a better term, in the soccer game especially, or football or whatever. Um, they're kind of like assholes. They're like divas almost, dude. Like we're using cones for drills, they won't pick them up. We have like 50 balls that they put out for the whole team for practice. They're not going to get the balls. Um, people aren't sending info in to the coaches, like if they need forms filled out or whatever. They're not filling them out till last minute. These are things that I used it to my advantage. I was like, let me like, you call it fucking brownie points or whatever. But I was like, dude, I'm gonna like be, you know, the biggest help I can on this end. And like, cause in my head, I'm like, dude, 1% better in every realm of the game, even off the pitch, off of the grass, it can improve my chances, right? So I'm like, let me go pick up those cones after practice, bring them to the coach. Now he doesn't have to do it. Maybe he doesn't even notice the first 10 times. But then the 11th time, he's like, damn, this guy saves me a lot of time. And maybe he's like, okay, I'm, I still might not play him, but like, wouldn't mind having him around for next season. And not that I didn't get playing time, but you guys get what I mean. It's like, um, I was like, I'm gonna use everything I can in my advantage to get ahead. Because when you're trying to get to that pro level, it's like you have to use every fucking opportunity. Of course, I never made it to the pro level, so I'm not tooting my own horn or anything. Um, but you guys get what I mean. It's like not hating the game, but just finding the best move on the chessboard, right? Other people are thinking, you know, just on the pitch, but the game is 24/7. Thanks, I'm in Canada, so I didn't get fireworks. Damn, dude. They don't have fireworks there? Or is that oh, dude, what am I thinking? July 4th is an American holiday. I don't feel 30, but maybe it'll hit eventually. Okay. No, fuck it, dude. Maybe it'll never hit. You know what I realized as I became older was that adults are just like really old kids. They're just like kids in an older meat suit. But yeah, dude. And another thing I realized, which got me ahead very fast, very grateful for this, um, was that people like overestimated their level of training. An older meat suit, dude. That's what it is, bro. It's like the mind is still the same. I'm just like in an older body now. It's weird, but well, no, the mind changes too. You get what I mean. But dude, people overestimated their level of training. Like they'd tell me they're like, dude, I've been playing soccer for 15 years, right? And I'm like, damn, dude, 15 years. Because keep in mind, I was coming in kind of late. I started playing in my 20s, right? But well, I played as a kid, but I started playing seriously like in my 20s. But they would be like, yeah, I've been playing for 15 years, 20 years. But then you look at their actual schedule, and it's like, okay, for 1 year, they played one season, maybe from like January to like April. And then you break down those weeks, and each week, maybe they have two practice days, like Tuesday and Thursday, and then a game on Saturday, right? So what they considered a year has now been broken down into 4 months, and that 4 months has now been broken down to 3 days a week, which is really not that much. But then you go with a microscope even closer, and it's like, what are they doing on those practice days? If you go to like a soccer practice, most of it is like people putting on their cleats, fucking around with the ball. If they're at home, they're just like kicking the ball at a goal, right? Like maybe like 3 to 5% of their training was like actually focused and getting better at like a specific skill. Okay, maybe another 15% was like just getting better just by touching the ball. So I'll be generous and say maybe like 20% of their training was actually effective at them getting better. So that entire year, what they consider a year of playing soccer, was broken down into 4 months, which was broken down into 3 days a week, which was really broken down into only 20% of that, right? Which is less than 1 day a week. And by 1 day, I mean really like a 2 hour session because most practices are like 2 hours, right? So 4 months times maybe like an hour a week of like actually learning a new skill or getting better. That's what, four times? That's like 16 hours over an entire year. 16 actually focused hours over an entire year of actually getting better. So when you hear these people saying, dude, I've been playing for 20 years, 15 years, it's like, okay, it doesn't matter, dude. It doesn't matter if you've been playing for 1 year, 6 months, 20 years, 100 fucking years. Like, did you put the ball in the goal? Did you fuck up? You know what I'm saying? That was it. So my mindset was like, okay, I'm coming in behind, but like, let me not waste any time. When they're going around to the field by themselves and they're just kicking the ball at the goal, like fucking around, I'm gonna use that time. I'm gonna set up cones and like do drills. I'm gonna set up cones and work on my weak foot, like constantly, like so I could just drastically. If they do 16 hours of focused work a year and they're 10 years ahead, but I'm doing like 15 hours a week, you guys see like the trajectory. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, give me 1 second. But yeah, man, I don't know if you guys are still in here or not, but appreciate the likes. I don't know if anyone's watching. But Jade, what part of Canada are you from? If you don't mind me asking, because I used to live. Don't let other people being ahead stop you from trying. Exactly. To me, it was an equation, right? It was like, it doesn't matter how many years I've been playing, if I'm good enough to make the team, I'll make the team. And I eventually made it up to the semi-pro level where other kids were playing their entire life, you know what I mean? Through college, stuff like that, you know? You were listening. Yeah, appreciate that. Alberta, where is that? Alberta. I used to live across the river from Windsor. Little fun fact. Don't look it up. Don't look it up, but tell me if you can figure out what city is across the river from Windsor. No cheating. Western Canada, dude, I heard it's beautiful up there. I don't know what is over there. I've seen some pictures. I've seen some pictures, but like I think Vancouver's over there, maybe. But yeah, dude, I fucking love Canada. Canadian people are like amazing, very nice people, super humble people. I have a lot of Canadian friends because I used to live across the river from Canada. Oh, you don't know? Okay, I'll tell you. Here, I'll give you a hint. It's in Michigan. A lot of people don't know this. Vancouver is in British Columbia beside my province. Okay, okay. 12:37. Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah, I'm like 2 hours ahead of you. I love Canada, dude. Especially in the summer. Especially in summer because you can explore so much more. When it's cold and it's a lot of snow, it's kind of hard on those roads. I know how it is. The roads get a little dicey. So you can't go to some of those back roads areas as easily unless you got like all-wheel drive, stuff like that, um but yeah, to give you the answer, it's Detroit. Detroit, Michigan. Because Canada comes in around Michigan and down. So actually, if you're in Detroit and you go southeast, you get to Canada. How weird is that? A lot of people don't know that. One of the best views in the United States and Canada is between Canada and Detroit. There's a little island, and you get the skyline of Windsor and skyline of Detroit over the water. Dude, it's awesome. I was watching a scary movie, and then I was like, I need a distraction before I sleep. Oh, okay. Well, hopefully this was a good distraction. Appreciate you coming. It started out weird. We were releasing pressure in our sinuses, and now we're talking about Canada. But hopefully I'm not like the movie that you're watching. Anyways, but yeah, Detroit, dude. That's where I'm from. If you go back to some of my older videos, you'll see me in Detroit. Not in Detroit right now. I'm in Florida now, but I was surfing lives. So many weird ones. This was the most normal one of. Oh, really? Damn, dude, that's awesome. Or maybe that's bad. I don't know. Sweet, dude. Yeah, thanks for checking it out. Cause like it's kind of hard to get viewers sometimes. Um, are you enjoying living in Florida? Yeah, dude. I must say, I enjoy the Sun Belt and the tropical areas just because like life doesn't slow down in the winter. And you know especially how it is in Canada. Life really slows down in the winter. I'm talking construction pauses, people don't go outside. It takes much longer to clear the ice off your car, you know? Like things just slow down. And that doesn't happen here. I wear shorts in the winter just like in the summer, you know? So it's like I can just keep going, you know? I don't need to like it's almost like in the winter up there. It's like you ever driven a car with like the e-brake on? And you're like, dude, why is this fucking car not going? You know? Like, what is wrong with this thing? And then you look over, you're like, oh shit. And then you put the e-brake down. You ever done that? Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I can't go hiking nearly as much in winter. Sucks. Yeah, exactly. You damn near need snowshoes at that point. But yeah, basically, I don't know if you ever driven with an e-brake on, but that's what it feels like living in winter up there. And no offense, obviously, but not that I'm offending you or anything. But yeah, dude, I will say though, that the winter up there definitely causes you to become more creative in certain ways, and you have to plan and think harder in certain ways. And I think I understand. I heard that in colder climates, the IQ is generally higher. I don't know if that's true nowadays still, because like everything is so convenient. Like we have snow plows, everything. Like, but I think it's because it takes some ingenuity and creativity and like thinking power to try to figure out how to survive in the cold. Versus down here, you can just keep living. As long as you eat and drink water. You know, one thing I like about up there as well is like the sun is a little lighter. So here I got to do like a lot more skin protection precautions, which I don't necessarily enjoy. I don't know if it's aging my skin more. So I really try to like stay up on the skincare. But yeah, dude, I miss Canada. Had a weird experience in Toronto. It must get so hot there, I would imagine. Yeah, dude, I ran the other day on Wednesday and I did like a hard run, like almost max effort. And it was like 95, 96 degrees outside, but there was no wind and it was like peak humidity. So it felt like 103 or something. Holy shit, I will never do that again. Not ever doing that again. Dude, Toronto was weird, dude. Like half the streets you go down smell like weed. That might have just been me. I think a lot of people smoke weed there. I remember when I was there, I had this like sweatshirt. It was like my high school wrestling sweatshirt, but my brothers were also wearing the same one. And we were walking down the street, and like this group of like kids started laughing at us. It was very strange because I was even trying to like put myself in their shoes. I'm like, I don't understand what's funny. And I knew they were laughing at us because they were like, it's the wrestling team or something. I don't know. But I was like, that can't be that funny. Like, even if I was in their shoes and I saw three guys with like the same sweatshirt on, like, I don't think that would be that funny. I don't know. It was very strange. I was genuinely trying to like understand it, but dude, and then they had this restaurant. It was like they sold like pig meat or something. I ate a pig's foot that was like raw. That was strange. And then there was this other place. I think it was like I forgot what kind of meat they were selling. I think it said like world's best pork on it. And I'm like, dude, there is no fucking way. I'm sorry, no offense. There's no way the world's best pork is in Toronto, Canada. There's just no way, dude. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah, the raw pig's foot, that was me. That was me being weird. That had nothing to do with Toronto. That was me and my brother wanting to try something weird. Um, and then they had this huge movie theater. It was like ginormous in downtown Toronto. There was a screen, but like the seats were like a stadium in length. But it was just still the same width as a normal movie theater, but they just went up like, dude, it was amazing. Yeah, very strange city. Kind of gave me like Chicago vibes. And then I went on the CN Tower. That was kind of cool. They have the glass that you can stand on where you like look down. That was a little scary because I'm kind of afraid of heights, but I'm not much anymore. But yeah, dude. Sorry, give me 1 second. I've never been to Toronto before, to be honest. Damn, dude. You've never been to Toronto? You should go. How far are you? Maybe like, you must be far. Probably like 15-hour drive or something. But yeah, dude, Toronto's cool. It's a huge city. Another thing I noticed about Canada is like they do not fuck around with with speeders like on the road. They do not fuck around with that. Like the fines I was looking at on the sign were like insane. It was like 30 over, pay like $10,000. I was like, what the fuck? Sorry, I gotta stop swearing so much. I'm gonna head to bed. I subscribe. Dude, I appreciate you, Jade. Alright, I'm just rambling. I'm sorry. But I appreciate you for subscribing and checking out the live, dude, for real. If you do live again, I'll check it out. Enjoy your night, Michael. Don't stay up too late. Good night. Alright, I appreciate you. Have a good night, Jade. Have a good night. But yeah, man, if anyone else is in here, thank you for the likes. Thank you for checking out the stream. Like I said, I had a weird experience in Canada. They do not like speeders up there, which I agree with, to be honest. Keep the roads safe. And then they had these airway control. I don't know how that how that works. I saw signs that said like air traffic patrolled, like speed radar. I don't know how that works. Like, is there a plane that's like taking a picture of you in one spot and then like a picture of you in another spot? And if you get there too fast, is it just like give them a ticket? Or is it like a camera on a pole? I don't know how that works. But yeah, man. I guess Jade set the theme because she kind of brought my head above the water when she said that she was going to bed. Like, holy shit, it's almost 3. I feel like I'm glad I had this live. We went over some key concepts too at the beginning. Appreciate you, AMA, for coming in. Good to see you, bro. Jade, appreciate you, dude. I hope you get to Toronto one day. Um, yeah, man. Yeah, thanks for the likes. Appreciate you guys, dude. I will see you guys maybe tomorrow, God willing. Thank you guys for coming in here. It's like I don't want to leave, you know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you guys for real. Thank you. Sorry for being sick the whole stream, but it was a learning lesson. We learned how to clear our sinuses, dude. We went through a lot of shit today. It was pretty cool. But thank you guys for listening to me rambling, for sure. Anyways, I'll stop rambling now. I'll see you guys in the next stream. Have a good night.